my name is Ray Daniels. I'm the owner and founder of Ray Daniels House of Music, which is located at 12410 Indiana. I'd like to tell you something about my life musical journey as a musician and how I got to be a teacher. It all started years ago when I was maybe about 7 years old. I wanted to learn how to play the piano. No one in my family had the finance to afford me such a luxury. And so I decided that I was going to learn how to play the piano at any cost. So what I did, I got a paper route and I found me a teacher. Now during that time, piano lessons were very cheap. And so my first piano teacher was Mrs. Beatrice Watson. She was an old lady, maybe about, at the time, she must have been about pretty close to 60 years old. And so she was my first piano teacher. She taught me how to read music. The lessons then were only $1.50. And I just loved her, and she was very, very nice to me. And so I took piano lessons. Then I had some other people that I knew, older musicians, that also helped me learn. Professor Stanley Sims, he used to show me chords. He used to show me how to play full chords with the piano and how to augment my chords and how to use embellishments. By the time I was in the, about the 12th grade, I had a few students that was coming to my house, to my mother's house, and I was teaching them for $1.50, but I was teaching them regular applied music, which consists of reading music with theory. So I had about 4 or 5 of them. Later on, I used to go to Elmer's and Carol's House of Music, which was located at 646 on. Mrs. Elmer Hendricks, she was a great music teacher. She was the first black music publisher in Detroit. She also one of the first black record shops. And so I used to go in that store all the time and buy music, and I used to talk to Mrs. Elmer Hendricks, and she used to tell me about how she got started as a music teacher. And I always said to myself, I would love to own this store. If I could only have something like that, I would just love it. And so during that time, everybody was, we wasn't singing a contemporary gospel. It was more or less traditional gospels. Things by Reverend James Cleveland, the Caravans, the Gospel Harmonists with Dorothy Love, the Roberta Martin singers. And gospel was based on 1-4-5. Now 1-4-5 is the sequence of chords. That's the blues. See, most of all your blues comes from the gospel. But I noticed a lot of black people were not interested in reading music. I tried to instill them the values of learning how to read music. And they would do it for a while and they would quit. And so I said, it must be an easier method. And so the Lord gave me a plan, a lesson plan, how to play by ear. And so I never had any lessons on how to play by ear, but the Holy Spirit showed me. And so I developed the ABC lesson plan. And believe me, it has worked. I have taught literally not hundreds but thousands of students. I've been teaching 35 years. I've taught thousands of students by ear. Now a lot of them learned how to play by ear and notes, but most of them wanted ear. And if it wasn't for the ear students, I would have had no students. A lot of people have asked me, Mr. Daniels, if I took piano lessons or organ lessons from you, how long would it take? Can anybody learn? Well, I can answer that question for you. Not anybody, but somebody. You have to have a passion for music. Now, if you like music, if you love the Lord, and you love to practice, and your parents don't have to tell you to practice, you will learn how to play. But what I tell most people when they ask me, well, how long would it take me to learn how to play, Brother Daniels? I say, well, I got three groups of students. I have fast learners, I got slow learners, and I got no learners. Folks that don't learn nothing because they don't do nothing. All they do is talk. They have a pipe dream. A lot of people want to play. It looks easy, but they don't want to just discipline themselves to practice. To be a musician, or organist, pianist, or drummer, you have to spend quality time. And the minimum quality time that you have to spend at least, I'll say, an hour a day.
My name is Glenn Jordan. Presently, I'm a private music teacher at the Ray Daniels School of Music. I teach a range of students from beginners, intermediate, as well as advanced students. I started off in music, first of all, with secular music, and then later on I advanced to gospel music. I never forget when I was a child, kids would play on the playground, and I would be in the backyard. And what I would do, pull down branches from the trees, and I would play on cans and everything that I could find. And that's how I got interested in music. But as well, the neighborhood band would come in, and they would render a service to the community, and I was just fascinated over the drummer. Then from there, I received extensive training in music. I used to take drum lessons at Grinnell's Music. Also, I took drum lessons at the drum shop in Dearborn, and I learned from the best musicians within the city. I studied under Harold McKinley. He's a jazz musician. He's very well known in the city.
My name is Betty Edwards, and I've been a student of Mr. Daniels since 2007. And when I came here, I was totally dumbfounded to music and playing the organ. But it was a passion of mine. It's been a lifelong passion of mine to play the organ. And I searched over and over, and I could never find anyone who would teach me. And finally, I was at a church service, and I come across the young lady who was an organist at this church. She told me that her godfather did, and her godfather was Mr. Daniels. And I got her number from her, and the rest is history. And it's just, I love it, and he's taught me so much. And I've come a long way. Like I said, I didn't know anything about the organ when I walked in this door. But I know a lot, but I still have a long way to go. And he's so patient with us.
And my name is Micah Jennings, and I am originally from the Flint area. Come from a family of preachers, pastors, and I found Brother Ray on the internet. I was looking for some formal organ lessons. I've always had a desire, and it's been one of my goals to become a good gospel organist. And I felt like this is an opportunity to learn from one of the best. And right now I'm in school, I'm in medical school down at Michigan State, and it works out for me to be able to spend some time every week learning. And this is my first lesson, so I already feel like I've learned a lot, and I look forward to really just growing and learning more.